The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, says it will set up an independent investigation panel to probe human rights violations by operatives of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad and other segments of the Nigerian police within the next 1 week. The decision was taken on October 12, 2020 at a multi-stakeholders forum in Abuja, organized by the Executive Secretary of the NHRC, Tony Ojugu, and the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, as a follow-up to the recent disbandment of SARS by the IGP. There was also an agreement by the forum that the Inspector General of Police should order all state police commands to halt the use of force against protesters and to release arrested protesters and citizens unconditionally. Two security experts, Chigozirim Okoro and Dixon Osaje, now joins us to discuss this. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, starting with you, Dixon. Since the protest commenced, it seems the police has acceded to the demands of Nigerian youth. Has this been the right decision for the government to make?
Hello. Okay, I think that first of all, I will give an applause for our youth. This is a new turnaround for it. We actually went out to the street with the youth demanding for the end of SARS, and the Nigerian government used that as the voice of this challenge. But however, that is not the end of the race. Because about this evening, the Secretary of Police has appointed a new thing. So what we needed from the Nigerian now is not about giving us a new thing, because SARS itself is like a container. The content of the container has the name. So that is where we are pointing about the character and operational methodology of this thing called SWAT. Because these same guys that activated all of us want to start all these years, executing a professional conduct, they are still going to integrate of them with integrate in this SWAT. So the problem here is character and training. So for me, what I'm going to suggest police is for them to carry out effective training, carry out what we call predictive profiling. Predictive profiling is all about to know any officer or any officer that will execute a state of professional conduct. You need to also profile every one of them who will be coming on board. And training is very, very essential.
All right, Dixon. How about you, Chigozirim? What do you think about the decision of the presidential panel?
Yeah, good evening, listeners. I think it's a step in the right direction because it strives to address fundamental issues in the context of politics in Nigeria and also security sector broadly. For all we care, politics is all about the people. And so when you are policing the people that are not comfortable with your strategy, that calls for a sober reflection, and it calls for a strategy, rethinking your strategy and, getting a new one that suits emerging concerns. Over the years, it's been the citizens and SARS. I'm happy with the steps taken so far. However, going forward, we are interested in comprehensive security sector reform. It's not business as usual. Fundamentally, there is need for us to revisit several recommendations made in the past. Then we have had several panels set up to reform the Nigerian police force. And Clean Foundation specifically spearheaded several of such panels. We've had panels, the recent one was a panel that was on SARS, that was coordinated by National Human Rights Commission and Clean Foundation. We've also had the the civil society panels on police reform in Nigeria. And so I think all these previous panels with several recommendations that are in archives, there is need for us to revisit them, more like trying to implement some of those innovations that will also help to address the concerns of Nigerians.
All right, Chigozirim.
Beyond that,
okay. Just
beyond
quickly,
that,
because of time, just want to move this on very quickly. We see that SARS has been scrapped, yet the protests continue across the country. What other underlying issues do you think the protesters are demanding at this time?
I think in response to that, there is need for the leadership of the Nigeria Police Force to work closely with strategic partners to engage general public. And so in this case, the IGP will be the chief host or guest, and then Nigerians will interrogate him. So those concerns is more like a citizen town hall meeting, where those concerns will be really unbundled. And then people will be allowed to express themselves. So at the end of the day, I think it will be clearer as to what those additional concerns are, so that we will take care of this problem once and for all. For us, we can't continue this way. It's been, in fact, the total country is just shut down because of this. And also to thinking outside the box a bit, I think it's not all about SARS alone. There are other Nigerians are just expressing hopelessness. And so that is what you see, at play. So SARS now more like, I don't know how to explain that, but it's one of the major concerns. But there are other issues that Nigerians are tired of.
Okay, Chigozirim,
so beyond certain sector broad issues, we should also think about address all the issues, burning issues in this country that the citizens are not comfortable with. I think from SARS we move to another one, from there, like that. So at the end of the day, let it be clear to the elected officials.
Apologies to interject at this time, Chigozirim. Apologies to interject at this time. We are running out of time, and I'd like to bring Dixon back into the conversation. Dixon, if you're still with us, some say SARS is not only a failure of the Nigerian police force, but also a failure of other arms of governments that should have, supervised the operations, and that those organizations, and government arms should also be blamed. Do you think so?
Yes, I agree. I agree. I also appreciate the last speaker. She has made a lot of relevant points, which is essential because the state of Nigeria now understands with all facts and figures that power belongs to the people. Now let's take a look at what went wrong with SARS before its disbandment. One of the erroneous acts of SARS was command negligence. Command negligence in the sense that the police is decentralized and others coming from Abuja. They start taking their instructions from their head in Abuja, and there was no proper monitoring of the policing system. So command negligence is one of the things. Then secondly, the lack of effective reward and punishment system. These guys exhibit unprofessional conduct without being punished and they get free. Then also a long-term departure from their SOP. I think if anything is activated to separate crime or crime in progress, the standard operating procedure is supposed to guide them in their daily operation. So they took a departure from their SOP. Then another problem with SARS is that of fire discipline. Fire discipline in the sense that at any given time, a policeman wants to keep it gone. Now, let me tell you guys the truth. The use of force is the last resort in any given situation. Before you apply force, you must have exhausted every mechanism in place for you to manage such violent situations. Again, in our own crime, the use of force is the first resort, which is erroneous. Then that is lack of discipline. Then lack of management of resources in your training. Because in America, sometimes I saw a lady, a policeman, and the policeman was telling her, thank you, until she arrived at the police station. But in Nigeria, you cannot speak to our police. You can speak to our soldiers.
Okay, Dixon. Thank you so much for your thoughts. Dixon and Chigozirim here for us.
Thank you for having me.
And the news continues.